All right, let's jump right into today's explainer. We are tracking the complete development journey of a seriously impressive AI procurement tool, the DFW Procurement Intel Bot. We're going to see exactly how this thing evolved from just a localized, single-use script all the way into a fully robust, cloud-portable AI system. Because, let's face it, navigating the complex world of government contracts, it's basically like trying to drink from a fire hose. There is just an overwhelming amount of data. But today, we're looking at how a relatively simple idea transformed into a highly capable digital assistant that makes navigating massive databases like sam.gov an absolute breeze.
So, here is our roadmap for the explainer. First, the procurement bot's mission. Then, building out the core infrastructure layers. Overcoming some major Telegram bottlenecks. Securing and preserving the infrastructure. And finally, getting to that final operational MVP.
Section 1. The Procurement Bot Mission, Transforming Procurement Intelligence.
So at its very core, what is the DFW Procurement Intel Bot? Well, it's a smart, incredibly agile platform designed to seamlessly fuse massive government databases, specifically sam.gov and USA Spending, right into a Telegram chat interface. It leverages an SQLite database for memory, APS scheduler for the timing, and wraps it all together with command automation. It literally puts the entire procurement universe right in your pocket.
Moving right along to Section 2, Building Core Infrastructure Layers, the foundation of the bot.
This foundational infrastructure was actually built super fast, across 4 distinct phases. Phase 1 was all about project scaffolding, setting up those core source, data, and log folders. Then Phase 2 brought in the SQLite infrastructure to create a specialized procurement database. Phase 3 wired up the data connector layer, which basically gave the bot its sensory inputs that actually read SAN-Gov and USA Spending. And finally, Phase 4 introduced the DFO intelligence layer to track events and sources for regional procurement workflows.
Now, the really crucial point here is the brain they gave it during that 4th phase. This bot doesn't just blindly scrape data, it actually thinks. The DFW intelligence layer includes AI features like LPTA, that's lowest price technically acceptable detection, plus deep pricing analysis and vendor comparison. But maybe the most impressive part, the AI is specifically programmed to separate confirmed, hard facts from its own inferences. And honestly, that is absolutely crucial when you're dealing with strict government contracts because a hallucinated number could literally cost a business thousands of dollars.
To keep everything hyper-organized, the bot also features a built-in estimate worksheet engine. It follows 3 super reliable steps. First, it generates comprehensive estimates for labor, materials, and subcontractors. Second, it permanently writes those estimates straight into the SQL database for record-keeping. And third, it outputs the data as perfectly formatted Markdown directly into your Telegram chat. It basically crunches all the numbers and serves them up on a silver platter.
Okay, Section 3. Overcoming Telegram bottlenecks, facing the crisis.
Because every project hits a wall, right? The developers ran into a massive crisis where the Telegram inputs just completely froze up. The test alerts were working fine, but actual user commands were getting blocked by duplicate listener conflicts. It was a totally broken state. The fix required a complete architecture migration to Python Telegram bot version 21, moving everything to a modern async polling architecture with strict polling lock ownership.
To get the system stabilized, they executed a really methodical sequence. First, diagnosing that non-responsive bug. Then, and this is super cool, they actually used AI to fix AI, having Claude completely rewrite the Telegram architecture. Step 3 was verifying the polling lock ownership, so only one instance was listening at a time. And Step 4, they finally restored the handler responses. The duplicate listener conflicts were totally vanquished.
With the crisis averted, they locked it in and registered these native commands directly with Telegram's botfather. We're talking commands like start, help, weekly, today, events, bids, awards, estimate, and sources. Now users have this incredibly streamlined menu right in their chat interface. You can pull up today's bids or run an estimate worksheet with a single tap. It is so clean.
Let's hit Section 4, Securing and Preserving Infrastructure, Hardening the System.
Look, because we're dealing with government procurement intelligence, keeping this system's security airtight is obviously a top priority. Before deploying anything, the devs ran strict security validation checks. They made absolutely sure there were no hard-coded secrets left in the script, no database files being accidentally uploaded, and 0 runtime artifacts exposed. Security first, no exceptions.
To really enforce that security, they hardened the Git repository.
They set up protected Git assets by explicitly ignoring the .env file with the API keys, the local SQLite database files, the PyCache, plus the logs and outputs folders. This ensured the bot could safely migrate to GitHub without leaking any sensitive memory banks or credentials.
But they didn't just dump the code and walk away. They packed it with this brilliant skill package of documentation. I'm talking a system prompt, install guide, quick start guide, architecture map, a recovery protocol, and troubleshooting docs. This means if the system ever goes down or a new dev joins the team, literally anyone can effortlessly deploy, understand, or recover this entire AI infrastructure.
And that brings us to Section 5, the final operational MVP, mission accomplished.
Just look at the status check. Every single vital organ of the system is completely green-lit. The Telegram listener is online, the SamGov connector is active, the SQI database is operational, the polling is stable, the command handlers are functional, and the DFW Intelligence Engine MVP is complete. It is fully operational.
There's a quote from the completion report that I think hits the nail on the head regarding the scale of this achievement. The project evolved from a locally functioning Telegram procurement assistant into a Git-backed, cloud-portable, recoverable AI operations system. It's no longer just some fragile script running on someone's laptop. It's a hardened, professional-grade infrastructure platform.
And the journey definitely isn't over yet. The future expansion roadmap is totally stacked. They're planning to integrate actual dashboard systems, add PDF parsing to digest those massive contract documents, implement procurement scraping, enable Power BI export, and even introduce automated bid/no-bid scoring, which basically tells companies right away if a contract is actually worth their time and resources.
Which really leaves us with a fascinating question to ponder. With AI now automating and analyzing government bids, navigating sam.gov, separating facts from inference, generating precise estimates in seconds, will manual procurement research soon be a thing of the past? As these bots take over the heavy lifting, how are human teams going to redefine their roles in the future of government contracting? It's a wildly exciting frontier. Thanks so much for tuning into this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.